Good morning from very, very overcast Edinburgh. Welcome to episode 12 of the Fucked If I Know podcast. It's been a little while, so I'm a bit tongue-tied. I've had to record this like 3 times already because it's been a hot minute. But today I want to talk to you about something that I could talk about for fucking ages, which is why I'm back, and that is goal setting and the power of writing our goals down. So I've just been on my Instagram stories waffling about one of my amazing past coaching clients who manifested the house of her dreams just this week, actually. And I started working with her earlier this year, and she was really kind of lost and didn't know what to do and didn't even know where to start on like the path to her dream life. Essentially didn't know what she wanted. And we started off by writing down her perfect day, which is something I do with all of my coaching clients when we kick off, just to see what it is they want to manifest. And we pulled 3 goals out of this perfect day that she wrote, and one of those big goals was to live in a beach house, and she's just manifested it, which is absolutely fucking amazing. And it just really inspired me to come on here and share with you guys about the power of writing our goals down, because so many of us don't do it, and we don't do it because it's so fucking simple. And that's the irony about it, is people are like, oh, well, if it was that easy to make your goals come to fruition just by writing them down, why doesn't everyone do it? Because they're so fucking simple, literally. So I put this on my stories this morning with a little question box for people to write their goals down, seen by hundreds of people. Very few actually written their goals down, because it's this fundamental belief that achieving our fucking goals and manifesting should be really hard, and it should be this 12-step like magical process in which how we bring things to fruition. But it's actually so fucking simple, just writing things down, that people just don't do it because it's that simple. Same with the whole like concept behind weight loss, right? It's just literally like exercise and eat well. And people are like, oh, that's not sexy enough. Give me a pill, give me a shake, give me something that makes it more interesting, when the basis of it is just eat better and move more. But anyway, I digress. Not a weight loss expert by any means, but just to give you an example of why people just don't trust in simplicity. So I read this morning as well that statistically, like I've read the statistic that only 3% of the population set goals and only 1% write them down. I couldn't believe this when I read it. I literally couldn't believe it, that only 1% of our entire world write down their goals. So that just goes to show that how simple this task is and how few people actually do it. And you might get really frustrated watching other people achieve their goals and be like, what do they know that I don't know? What's the magical secret? What's the special recipe for bringing my goals to fruition? And it's literally, write them fucking down. I'm going to keep saying this to you over and over again, because you might listen to this podcast and be like, that's all well and good for her, but you know, it won't work for me, or again, it's too simple, so I won't do it. So if you're listening to this episode and you are in a position to stop right now, thank you very much. If you're in a position to stop, I want you to write your fucking goals down right now. Pause the podcast, pull your phone out, and just write yourself 3 goals, big or small. I don't give a shit what they are, just write them down. I don't want you to worry about how they're going to come to fruition. The how is not something that you need to know right now. I just want you to write down 3 things that you would really love in your life. Maybe it's living in a beach house. Maybe it's getting a few more gigs if you're a musician or a performer or whatever. Maybe it's manifesting a car. Maybe you want to start a side hustle. Maybe you want to call in love. I don't give a shit what it is. Honestly, I don't care. I just want you to write down 3 fucking goals that you have for yourself that are important to you. Not that you think you should have. Not I want to be married and have all the babies if you think that's what people are telling you to have. Not you may not want to start a fucking side hustle. So that's fine. That doesn't have to be on it. Maybe you want to get a promotion at work or a pay rise. Maybe you want to, I don't know, buy a bike. I don't know, anything, whatever. I don't care. As long as the goal is genuine for you and authentic to you. Okay, so writing yourself 3 goals. So I hope you have done that now. Now, I just also wanted to say, like, why I want to explain to you why it's so important for us to write them down rather than to just speak them or to just think them. So first up, our brains are holding a lot of information on a daily basis. We have to do all of the things, work, kids, family, house stuff, social shit, all of this. So we can't hold the attention of everything at once. We literally can't. Multitasking has actually even been scientifically proven to not be a thing. Like, we can't actually multitask. We just jump between tasks, and the more you jump between tasks, the more tired your brain gets. That's really interesting. But we actually can't hold all this information all the fucking time all the time. So by just writing this stuff down and getting it down onto paper or into your phone, you take it out of your brain, it lives somewhere that you can come back to it, or maybe you won't. Or maybe it's just taking it out of your brain and having it on paper to look at it will give you an idea of how you might be able to bring it to fruition. And even if it doesn't tell you directly how to do it, you'll start to notice opportunities open around you that you had never recognized before, simply because this is what your brain does. If you write something down or you have a desire or something pops up, your brain doesn't doesn't want to make a liar out of you, so it will find a way to make it true. So if you're saying I want to live by a beach house, or writing it as if it's already happened is actually so much more powerful. So if you haven't written your goals, or you have, or whatever, just go back and write them as if you've already got them. So I own an amazing beach house, or I live in an amazing beach house. I am married to the love of my life. I have a short bob cut hair, whatever. Anyway, all these crazy goals that you've already got them, right? So your brain doesn't want to make a liar out of you. Its purpose is to make a truther out of you. Not a word, I know, but whatever. It wants to make what you're thinking a reality. That's its purpose, right? So this is why there's so much power in what we speak and what we say and what we write, because our brain will literally not make a liar out of us. So when we start to write things like I live in a beach house, what you'll start to do is actively open up your receptors in your brain to notice opportunities that will bring this goal to fruition. So it will actively look. It's like the white van theory. If I tell you, to think about a white van, you'll start to notice them everywhere. If you're driving, you might see one right now. That would be hilarious. Or when you buy a new car and all of a sudden you see your car that you've just bought like everywhere, everyone has it. White van theory. It's our brain's bias to try and see things that we're already aware of. So if we write these goals down, our brain is more consciously aware of the goal, and therefore it will start to open up doors and receptors and stuff to opportunities that are actually always around you, but you're just not open to them. So this is more of like that logic and science side, like not even the woo side. I love the woo, but from like a logical, like scientific fucking side. When our brains look at something and go, ooh, I want to bring this into fruition, I want to make it happen, it just starts to notice things that were actually already always around you. So maybe you wanted to live at a beach house and you've got a friend saying, oh, we're actually trying to rent our house, rah, rah, rah. But if you haven't actually written it down or really thought about that goal, that information is useless to you. But as soon as you've written the goal down, your brain's trying to make a truther out of you. It goes, oh, that's right. Lisa mentioned that she was renting a house out. Maybe I could ask her when they're looking for new tenants. So it's just this power of our brain being able to pick up opportunities around us that, as I said, are always there, but we're just not very consciously aware of them. So this is why it's so powerful to write this shit down so that you can switch your brain on. So I read this little section as well online this morning. So it says basically, in fact, you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down on a regular basis. It has to do with how our brains work. When you write things down, you're activating both parts of your brain, the imagination right hemisphere and the logic-based left hemisphere. So you're literally activating your entire brain when you start to write goals and rewrite them down. So you don't have to rewrite them down all the fucking time, but every couple of days it's nice just to come back into your journal or into your phone notes and just bring awareness to this goal and, sharing it with other friends and family. And it's a bit scary. I know it's really vulnerable to share your goals with people, but you literally never know who's going to be able to help bring your goals to fruition if you actually share them with the world. And this is such a funny thing, like when we're kids, we're told when we blow out our candles on the birthday cake, oh, make a wish, but don't tell anybody about it because it won't come true. And this is mental because it sticks with us, right? This really stuck with me from such a young age, like don't tell people your wishes because it won't come true, which I think is such a crock of shit. Like, why wouldn't you share your wishes with people? Why wouldn't you tell them? If you keep this stuff to yourself, you're actively pushing away any opportunity for people to come in and help you, offer you a path or a direct route to what it is you're trying to call in goal-wise. So sharing that with people is really, really profound and really powerful. And that's why I do it on my stories all of the time, because the right people will hype you the fuck up. Yes, some people will tell you that's a shit goal or they don't like it or whatever. That has more to do with their own fucking dissatisfaction in their life than yours. So don't worry about those people, but share your goals with people who light you the fuck up and who support you. I will support you 100% of the way. So like, go tell me on Instagram right now what your goal is and I will be your number one hype girl. Always, always, always. Now the second thing that I read as well, which is really cool, is writing things down enables a higher level of thinking and therefore more focused action. When your brain isn't busy remembering everything, your brain can then process anything. For this reason, writing things down can help our brains prioritize what we should focus and act on at any given moment. So if you've got, like, think about, you've got this big goal, I want to live in this beach house, but you've also got, I've got dinner with the in-laws on Friday. I've got to pick up the kids from school today. Got to do the dishes. Oh shit, I've got to call her back and make that arrangement. I've got to pick up, all the fucking things that we think about, especially women. We like to think all of the fucking things. That your goals is going to take a backseat in the priority lane. It's like, no, it's not even the priority lane. It's in the fucking slow lane, right? The slow swimming lane. It's not a priority anymore. So your brain is going to focus on how you make everything else come to fruition, like picking the kids up and doing the social things and doing the adulty life shit. It's going to focus on how you can bring that to fruition more than the goal. So when we write these things down all the time, we keep reprioritizing it. We keep telling our brain to actively look for new scenarios and opportunities that are going to help bring our goals to fruition. So this is why there is so much power in writing it down. It comes out of your head and onto paper, and we're able to reprioritize it. So, biggest takeaways. Write your fucking goals down. Pretty straightforward, guys. Not telling you how to do anything, not telling you how to take action from them, because you don't need to know the how. And that's the hardest thing for us, is we're control freaks, us humans. We want to know the how. We want to know when it's coming. We want to know which way it's going to, come to fruition. And I can't tell you that. I can't tell you how it's going to come to fruition, but you just need to be open to how many ways it could possibly happen. I'll give you another example. I had another coaching client who really wanted to be a published author, and she's only just messaged me like 15 minutes ago, so this is a great time to share it. And she wanted to be a published author this year, but she didn't know how. She was getting really hung up on the how. How do I do it? How do I do it? I said, fuck the how. Don't worry about it. The universe and the world has 1,000,001 ways to get this to you, and you focusing on the how is a waste of your precious energy. So just let it go and focus on the goal and why you want it. Why would that mean a lot to you? Why would it be successful to you? Why would that feel successful to you? And just focus on that. And she's just messaged me saying that she entered a writing competition where you had to write every day for 20 days. And if you did every single day and committed to the 20 days at the end, that they would publish your work. And they're going ahead and publishing her work. And I will be her first purchaser, because I am so fucking proud of her. But this is just, that's not the way that she thought she would get published. She probably thought that you have to write the book first and then go take it to an agent, which is, one of the main ways I guess you'd go get a book published. But it's just trusting in that, the weirdness in which things come to fruition. You just don't know how these things will be delivered to you. So stop focusing on the how. Just keep writing down the what. Keep writing those goals down. Put them in a journal. Put them in your phone notes. Put them as reminders on your phone, and always written as if they have already happened. I am a published author. I have a beach house, or I live in an amazing beach house. Don't get too hung up on the specifics. So, you can hear in those examples, not like I am a published author with HarperCollins and I did get this at the end of the year by writing a manuscript and blah, blah, blah. We don't want any of that shit, right? Just I am a published author. I live in a beach house. I live in my beach house. Just getting really, really clear, short, sharp, and punchy with those goals, and just watch the way that the universe brings them to fruition. So I hope this helps you with your goals today. Let me know what you guys think. Shoot me a little message with your goals if you want to shout them out to the world a little bit quietly so that I can support you and be your number one hype girl. If you have enjoyed this episode, I would absolutely love a review. One of my big goals, declaring it to the world, is to have my podcast in top 10 by the end of this year of its category, so personal development. Your reviews really, really help me get there. So if you feel inclined and you're loving this podcast, I would love for you to submit a little review over on iTunes. But until next time, have a lovely day, morning, week, night, life, wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to speak to you guys again soon.